It's crazy that I've owned this ride for 22 years. The only things I've had longer are my family, my Foot Locker, and my photo albums. Let's take her for an anniversary spin. I've owned this car for 22 years. 22 years. I've had this car as long as my youngest son has been alive. And this car is almost as old as my oldest son. This car is 29 years old. This is a 1996 Pontiac Firebird Formula. I mean, that's crazy, 22 years. It shows you how much I like this car, how much I love this car. I've had so much fun in it. I've been to California in this car. We've been on the Mississippi Blues Trail too. But we actually picked up 199 Blues Trail markers in the state of Mississippi. Whenever they do another one, if it's in the state, you better believe we'll try to go in this car. So, make it 200 in the state of Mississippi. I want to say we've visited 206 Blues Trail markers altogether in this car. So this car has been pretty good. Needless to say, it's old. So we got a lot of things breaking down in it and stuff, so we don't know how much longer it's going to be able to continue to ride, but the car has 259,000 miles at this point, but we still moving. Got its nice little quirks and everything that I've gotten accustomed to, that it actually defines the car. So yes, this car does have a lot of sentimental value, even though the physical value of it may be very low. But the sentimental value on it, I really can't put a price on it. Now, one thing that I do not do, I don't do this much, is vlog. But for some reason, I'm compelled to do one today. Basically, I'm going to compare this car to life in general. When I first bought this car, the car was only 7 years old. I think it only had like 90-something thousand miles on it. And you talk about what I wanted to do with it was go to the drag strip, just have some fun. Wasn't looking for, anything big. Wasn't going to make it into something that I couldn't drive, daily drive or whatever. But something that was at least a little bit competitive on the track, on the quarter mile. And so we went about to doing that. The best time I ever gotten was a 13.6 at a Greenville. I think I got a 13.7 in Memphis. But with everything, time takes its toll, and sometimes it's just time to reevaluate things and and maybe call it a day. And that's what I'm considering right now. I think once I make it to this last Blues Trail marker, this may be it as far as trying to push this car, a lot of distances and stuff. So, but that's the same with life too. Sometimes, well, a lot of times, life says don't quit. Don't quit. But then I heard this too. Number one, a man has to know his limitations, and number two, knowing when to quit is the first sign of wisdom. So now, knowing when to quit applies to certain areas. Some areas you can't quit. You can't quit doing right. You can't quit improving yourself. You can't stop trying. Don't stop trying. But some things, if it's just taking too much of a toll on you, it may be your job, it may be that person that you think you love, but they don't love you back. Sometimes you gotta know when to draw the line. Sometimes you just gotta know when to hang up your hat. Sometimes you gotta know when to just grab your keys, walk out the door, crank that car up, hit the road, and don't come back. We're not getting any younger. Things that I could handle back when I was 31 when I bought this car, I'm 53 right now. I couldn't handle it to save my life. You know. But will I stop ever trying to do right? No. Will I ever stop trying to have fun? You know what? I need to start. You know, sometimes I think we get involved with work or duty or whatever, and we just lose sight of being a human being. We just lose sight of having fun. I remember there was an Air Force officer. He was a major. He was at the United States Air Force Academy, and he told us that his 3 priorities was God, family, and country. I applied to God, family, and job. But sometimes we may concentrate too much on the job. We may even concentrate too much on the family. You know, everything has a balance. But the first thing you always gotta remember is God first, no matter what. Even if you make mistakes, God first. All right, I actually have to run into Dollar General, so I will be right back. While I'm in DG spending my money, please spend some time and check out my other videos on this channel, and make sure to click that like and subscribe buttons. This channel is all over the place, but it's mainly about blues, and it's definitely about Firebirds. Back to what I was saying, you know, hey, you just gotta know your limitations. You just gotta know when to quit. That's the first sign of wisdom. And don't quit on everything. Some things you got to weigh it out. You got to be smart about your life. And the biggest thing, though, you just got to depend on God. No matter what mistakes you make, it doesn't matter. I've made some big mistakes. I think I made more mistakes the older I got than I did back when I was 20 and 30. But one thing's for sure, God's got it no matter what. Always remember that. But also remember this too. Hey, you do have to be smart about your choices. You do have to be smart and think about what's best for you, what's best for your family, you know, and always put God in it first. So there's a lot of things I've done where I wasn't even thinking about the Lord, but was definitely not thinking about him. But I ask for forgiveness, I repent, and Lord knows I'm gonna try my best to do better. And I'm gonna try my best to be an example for everybody else too. Remember that with life, remember that with living, remember that with your loves, and remember that with your rides. Don't even put your rides before the Lord. And Lord knows sometimes I've done that too. But, ooh, Lord have mercy. I have done some things with this ride here, but everything is all good. I thank God for letting me be able to even enjoy this ride, or let me be able to even purchase this ride and have it as long as I've had it, to have a chance to even get it fixed when it broke down. It's a 29-year-old car. I've had it for 22 years. It had 2 transmissions, well, 2 transmission repairs, and had some stuff done in the shop, and had some couple of little accidents and stuff. I think the harmonic balancer went out. That darn OptiSpark. Oh my God, that was, oh Lord, that was rough. The water pump, you know, and then the paint is all over the place. But still though, she's still running, and I thank God that I at least do have a vehicle to get me from point A to point B if I need it. All right, that's about going to do it for the end of the vlog. This is the 22nd year that I've owned this car. This is the 22nd anniversary. And all I have to say right now is peace out, ride on, and blues up. All right, and here's one of these I probably shouldn't, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna see if she got one more good lunch in her. I gotta do it from a kind of a roll because I know my differential's been tripping. All right, so here we go. Woo! Up to 60. That was awesome. All righty. Man, let's see. Check gauges light came on. Lost all my oil pressure. Let's turn on this fan. Hey, but she's still running. And that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about, you know. Still gotta know when to quit, so. All right. At least if you don't know when to quit, at least have fun when you tear it up. All right. Y'all take care and be blessed. Peace.
Hopefully Old Blue will ride out into plenty more sunsets. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and as always, be blessed. Peace.